The major thing that made me kind of dislike this game and stop playing it for such a long time was once you're on the throne. This isn't a spoiler because they said this a lot in the trailers and all that. You know you're gonna become a king or a queen because they say what kind of a ruler are you gonna be. So you know that you're gonna be a ruler. I'm not spoiling that. I'm not gonna go into real spoilers. So the thing that I didn't like was after you were on the throne. You have these decisions, and you know the aspect of Fable, which is like, are you gonna be good or are you gonna be bad? And they really emphasize on that in this game since you're going to be a ruler. Video games that have the whole good and evil system never really bothered me. I was always like, whatever, I don't care. But this one bothered me. You have these decisions to make. And it's like, you either, this is just an example. You spend a bunch of money to help a group of people, and they'll love you and they'll be like, oh, yay, you'll be a good king or a queen. Or you don't spend that money. Sometimes you can even gain money, or you don't spend at all, and you don't help them. You kind of screw them, and they're like, oh, they hate you. You have those choices. The problem with it was, I would say, oh, I'll help them, whatever's. But that's not it. There's like so much package attached to these decisions. Like if you spend money, like to spend the money of the treasury to help these people, I'm not going to go into it, but in the end, a lot of people are going to suffer because of it. I mean, there's a bigger issue here. Like, there is something happening. Is it worth me helping these people? Or is it more worth me saving the greater good, It's so stressful. It was so stressful for me. I was like, I can't spend any more money from the treasury. I was like negative who knows how many thousands. Oh my god. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I can't just screw these people because I had promised them that I was going to help them. But then they're like, oh, but you're going to be more in debt and more people are going to suffer in the end because of this one. Let's just say there's a threat. There's an imminent threat that you need to provide security for people. And so you need money to provide the security. So if you don't have money, you don't have security, and people are going to die. And it's like, it's just so... I was so stressed out. Every time, I couldn't even play that long. Like, I would play like 10 minutes. Sometimes you'd have like 2 to 3 decisions in one day. Sometimes I felt so bad that I was just like, forget it. And I just turned it off. I don't know if you guys experienced the same thing as I did, but with the way that I am, I felt so bad. I was like, forget it. Like, on one of the decisions, I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to help you guys. And I said no. And the worst part is it's not like, since your character talks, she doesn't go like, you know what, I'm sorry. I can't help you. I'm sorry. No. She says something like, no, you guys are retarded. I'm not going to help no one. No one. I felt so bad because of the way she said. And then this beautiful lake, I think it was called Bowerstone Lake. It's been there since Fable 1. And it's this beautiful lake, and they've got like all these little houses and all that. I had to screw them over. And I won't say what happens, but they showed like repercussions of what I had done in Bowerstone Lake. Oh, this is the game that just makes me go, why did they do this? Like, why do they have this whole good and evil and there's like no gray? It's just, you're either good or you're bad. And okay, the decisions are like, you have to think whether it's a smart decision. It's not just you're going good or you're going bad. How come they don't make the decisions kind of like, like a gray area? Like, it's a smart decision and it's not like you're being evil. Oh, it was stressful. And then they say, you have a year. After you're on the throne, they give you a year. 300 and whatever, 65 days? I always forget. I think it's like that. They say you have a year to put more money in the treasury and get better security for Albion before the threat gets really bad. Do they give you a year? No, they don't give you a year. They give you like freaking 10 days. And it says on there, like every time it's saved, it says 365 days. 1 day passes, and then it takes away like 20 days. And I was like, and the more days pass, like 100 days are taken off. And I'm like, wait, what? If they were going to do that, why didn't they just say you have 10 days? That way you know exactly how many freaking days you have. That's why I forgot, because when I went back to play it, I saw on the days that I had left, and I had left like 120 days or something like that, and I was like, okay, whatever. I have a good amount of time. I'm gonna go buy some shops, make some money off of that, and I needed way more money in the treasury. Like I was like, okay, I'll just make it. I'll just make it. I'll make it back. I'll earn it. So I was like, I'll do it. But the problem is that every time you go into the throne room, it's like a cinematic. You have no control over it. The cinematic starts, and then you have to make a decision. And sometimes you make the decision, and then another cinematic starts right after that. So it's like another decision. And right after the decisions that you have to make, after the final, like, that was the last decision to make that day, it's the next day. You can't stop it. Like, you can't say, no, wait, I wanted to do something else that day. No, too bad, it's too late. And that's what I forgot. I forgot that I was on the last day. Yeah, 120 freaking days. That day, I was supposed to spend going around Albion, buying all these shops and everything, trying to get money out of the rent. But I forgot. So I was like, I'll just go into the throne room and, see what decisions I have to make today. And I made 2 decisions, and I was like, yeah, I'll help you guys. I'll make it up. And then it says, it's been a year. And I was like, wait, and it already saved. I was like, oh, freaking. I was so mad. That's what I get for not playing it for so long. That's the problem with these types of games, is that if you stop playing it, you forget what the hell you were doing, and sometimes it screws you. So yeah, when the cinematic starts, where it's like it's been a year, you just have to go into this portal and start the real ending, because you do have a boss fight in this one. So that's what you have to go do. I had no freaking security. Ugh. I mean, it was very emotional, the ending. It was very emotional. I cried. Like, not like cried, like, no, like, I got like watery-eyed, like, where you check to see if anybody's coming, and then you say, oh, I've got allergies. And then after that, you could roam around Albion after the boss fight and all that. You could walk around your, the castle and all that. That was horrible. That was so horrible. I mean, they really can't find enough ways to make you feel guilty in this game. Like, I think they thought of all the ways to make you feel like you were a horrible person. If you didn't have enough security, or security at all, you see the consequences of it, like just there, and it's like, and then at the end it's like, you will be remembered as the ruler that let Albion fall. I was like, son of a, you stupid. So I was like, forget it. I didn't have any other save slots. Like, I tried to save in other slots where it's like, okay, I'll just go back to that save. No. Like, stupid. They should at least have other save slots. And if there are other save slots, don't even tell me, because I'm going to throw it out the window. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, it's not like I hate it. I don't hate it. It was a fun game. But once you get on the throne, damn. Preferred not being on the damn throne. Being on the throne was only a little piece of the game. It was like towards the end. So it's not a big part of the game. Getting on the throne is the bigger plot of the game. So that was fun. That was a good plot, but overall it's not my favorite out of the 3 because of how annoying it was at the end. That's most of what I wanted to say. There's not much different to the game. The biggest difference, like I said, is the talking and the characters, which was perfect. Like, I loved it. I loved that they incorporated that in this game. You know what one of the decisions was? This is how horrible it was. I was like, you could either the orphanage, you could renovate the orphanage so that the kids have better, whatever facilities and all that. Or you could throw all those kids out in the freaking street and make it into a brothel. And for those of you that don't know what a brothel is, it's a whorehouse. Yeah. So they're like, what's your decision? Make a better home for the little kids, little boys and girls? Or a brothel, a whorehouse for the young ladies and gentlemen's? Anyways, I'm ending it there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys later.